Hi, I'm coming back to a video in regards to a lieutenant who was pulled over. This is in regards to a December 5th, 2020 accident where a press release was just released. And from that press release, this is new news to us, although it happened back in December. So this is Lieutenant Caron Nazario. He is an Afro-Latino who was pulled over, and because he was in a rural area, there was no well-lit area. So he put on his hazards, his emergency lights, to let the officer, to acknowledge the officer, and then he slowly pulled over into a gas station, which took a minute and a half, a mile and a half up the road. It took almost 2 minutes in time to get there, a minute and a half. Once he did that, the officer got out the car with his gun out, and like it was Grand Theft Auto, and he says that this is a felony traffic stop because he was eluding. Now, usually when someone's eluding, you're almost going into pursuit. They don't put their hazards on. I even looked it up, and in the state of Virginia, you're allowed to move to a well-lit area for both your safety and officer safety, as long as you let the police know that you are aware that you're being pulled over. And that's usually with using your hazards, your blinkers, your hand signaling. And in this case, he did that. Now, the officer did not approach the front of the vehicle. He stayed in the back doing a lot of the talking. So by this time, getting out of the vehicle, he should have been able to see the temporary plates that were on the back. So just so you know, he was being pulled over because he could not see a license plate on the back of the vehicle. But because it was a new vehicle, it was a temporary license plate on the back of the window. The officer would have seen it by the time he gotten out of the car, which he expressed that he did, which I will show you in the video of the encounter the officer had with Lieutenant Nazario following the initial incident of him telling him get out the car once everything calmed down. Now, take a look into this video. I'll give you a piece-by-piece update.
Traffic stop at BP.
Falling back.
Close the window down!
Felony traffic stop.
Put your hands out the window!
Felony traffic stop, 1836.
Put your hands out the window! Turn the vehicle off! Put your hands out the window!
How many occupants?
All units 1013.
How many occupants are in the vehicle?
What's going on?
How many occupants are in your vehicle?
It's only myself. Why are your weapons drawn? What's going on?
Open the door slowly and step out! Open the door!
I'm not getting out the vehicle. What's going on?
Get out the car! Open the door slowly and get out!
What's going on?
Get out of the car now!
Open the door and get out the car!
Hold still. Hold. Keep your hands outside the window. Keep your hands outside the window.
My hands are right here. What's going on?
Get out of the car now!
Get out of the car!
What's
now!
going on?
Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now!
I'm serving this country and this is how I'm treated?
Yo, what? Guess what? I'm a veteran too. I don't know, babe.
That's
Get
not-
out of the car!
What's going on?
Get out of the car now!
What's going on?
What's going on is you're fixing to ride the lightning, son.
What's going on?
What's going on is you're fixing to ride the lightning, son.
I'm sorry, what?
Get out of the car now!
What's going
Get out of the
on?
car now! Get out of the car!
Sir, just get out the car! Work with us and we'll talk to you. Get out the car!
You received an order. Obey it.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you
ask
should
what's
be.
going-
Get out.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you
ask
should
what's
be.
going-
Get out.
What's
Get
going
out.
on? What
Get
did
out
I
the car.
do?
Get out now.
I have not committed any crimes.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest
For a traffic-
You're being detained. Okay, you're being detained for
For a
obstruction of justice.
traffic violation, I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told
Really?
me why I'm being stopped.
Really?
Get your hands.
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me,
Get out of
please.
the-
Get your hands off me.
You know what?
Get your hands off me.
Not
Get
a
your
problem.
hands off me.
Back up,
I
Daniel.
didn't do anything. Don't do that.
Sir,
Get out of the car
Don't do
now.
that.
Hey, sir,
Get
Don't
out of
do
the car
that.
now.
Don't do.
Look,
I'm trying to talk
get out.
to you.
Okay.
I'm trying to
I'm gonna
talk.
Get out.
Just get out of my
Relax.
car.
Can you please
Get out.
relax? Can
Get
you
out.
please relax?
Get out of the car right now.
This
Now.
is not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me.
Back up, Daniel.
I didn't do
Back
anything.
up.
Whoa, hold on.
Back
What's going? Hold on. Watch. Watch it.
And 4 overseas deployed. Get out of the car. Get out of the car now.
Up.
Car now.
Sir, just get out the car.
I'm trying to breathe.
Get out of the car now.
That's up. That's really up.
Yeah. Oh, get out of the car and get on the ground now. You're gonna get it again.
I don't even want to reach my seatbelt. Can you?
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car.
Can you please?
Get out of the car now. Listen. Take off your seatbelt and get out of the car.
Look, I'm just gonna please.
You're gonna do as you're told. Get out of the car.
Look.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the.
Look.
Take your seatbelt off.
Look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of
My
the car.
hands are out.
Don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there.
My hands are out. Please. Please. Look. This is really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right
Get
now.
out of the car. Take your seatbelt off. What are you, a specialist, corporal? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your seatbelt
got
off
it.
and get out of the car. You made this way more difficult than it had to be. You just complied. Get out of the car.
I'm reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Straight on the ground. Straight onto the ground.
Ma'am.
Is your commanding officer available?
Down. Let's go.
Is your commanding
Let's
officer
go.
available?
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Please talk to
Get
me
on the
about what's
ground
going
now.
on.
Get on the ground. You're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get
going
on the ground. Get on the ground now.
Talk to me about what's
Get
going
on the ground. Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me
Get on
about
the
what's
ground.
going
Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Yes, sir.
going on?
You're not.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this?
Because you're
Why?
not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this? This is really messed up. This is really
Come on,
messed up.
sir. Sir, what? Just work.
This is up.
Sir.
Sir. You know this
Lay down.
All right, so taking a look into this video, you were probably wondering, well, why didn't the lieutenant want to get out the car? Well, he asked what was going on. Officer never told him what was going on. If he did, I think it could have been de-escalated from there. Either it would have de-escalated by the time he saw the license, the temporary plates, or by the time he answered the question, I'm pulling you over because you have no plates. Oh, I do have plates. It's a temporary tag. Oh, okay. Well, why didn't you pull over when I asked? Didn't you see my hazards? I had my hazards on to let you know I saw you, but I wanted to kind of drive to a well-lit area, which is why we're here. Oh, okay. All right. So calm down, woosah. I know now that this is not the kind of traffic stop I thought it was going to be. And okay. And then we would go from there. But the lieutenant addresses concerns of, you know, I had my hands out the window, but the officer wants him to get out the vehicle. In order to get out the vehicle, he would have to undo his seatbelt, which means his hands would no longer be out of the window. So he would not be able to follow those commands. I mean, think about LeVar Jones out of South Carolina, where he was pulled over for a seatbelt violation. And the officer asked him to get his license. And when he did, he shot at him 4 times, shooting him in the hip. And he said, why did you shoot me? Well, you went too fast. You dove in head first. So how are we supposed to get our license plate? Are we supposed to get our license plate with our head back? And then think about Philando Castile. The officer said that he believed he was going for his gun, and when he kept expressing he wasn't, he was shot. Now you have to think, this guy is Afro-Latino, so he's already a threat in the officer's eyes. And he's wearing uniform, which means he's probably tactical. He would have firearms, most likely, which in this case he did. So making any sudden movement would be scary. Why would he want to move? And it confirms why he should be scared. Listen to what the police officer says. When he says, "I'm afraid to get out the car," you should be. And then he already threatened him earlier, saying, "I'm going to lighten you up," or "I'm going to give you that lightning. You're going to ride the lightning," is what he said. And I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds like if you have a gun pointed towards me and you use the word "ride the lightning," it means either I'm going to light you up, like kill you, execute you. So why would I want to get out of the car? And for those who says, well, he should have just complied. What is that gentleman name who did comply and he still got shot? It was a white gentleman out of, I want to say, Arizona. Again, Philando Castile. So I can attest to this because I got pulled over for a similar situation where they said my tag was expired, but I had a temporary tag in the back, and I had to tell them, but they did have their guns drawn on me. It wasn't like that, but they both had their guns drawn on me on both sides. It is scary, very scary. I remember that day, and this was 10 years ago. I remember that day as if it was just today. So imagine if someone comes to you elevated, they're on a level 10 and they have the guns drawn at you. They tell you should be scared. They tell you they're going to have you ride the lightning. Why would you get out the car? Why? And that confirms why he should have drove in a minute to go to a well-lit area and why he should have put the recording on. Now, I'm going to go ahead and roll this clip of the encounter afterwards.
All right, Mr. Nazario. So, let's go all the way back to square one, okay? I turned around on you at Food Line. I actually came out of Cost Plus, and I came up behind you.
I saw you before you turned.
And you had no tags displayed. I see it, but per the law, it has to be in the license plate bracket. I understand it's paper, and I understand why it's there.
Yes.
But at that time, I had no idea. I didn't know that you had a vehicle registration until I approached your car. And at that point, I was too busy dealing with you to deal with the tag. You want me to wipe your eyes? Okay. So, look, all this was going to be was, hey man, I stopped you. You didn't have a tag. You got your driver's license. I'd have ran you, and you'd have been on your way. Okay? What would have been a 2-minute traffic stop turned into all this.
As I was telling him, I've pulled over to well-lit areas before, and I've never looked out the window and saw guns blazing immediately.
So the reason we did that is because we followed you for 1.5 miles with lights and sirens on, and you didn't pull over. I understand you want to get to a well-lit area, a well-lit area. I get that, but when we follow you that long, look at the climate this day, and against everybody, against us, against y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not out to hurt you, and I know you don't want to hurt me. That's not what it's about. What it's about is making sure that everybody goes home at the end of the day. So when you don't stop and you continue to proceed, our suspicions are raised. What's going on in the car? What don't he want us to see? So you pull into here, and if you would have just complied with the simple commands that we were giving you originally, it would have been done and over with. And you would have got back on your car and you'd be gone by now. But you wouldn't get out the car. You wouldn't comply.
It just looking out the mirror and seeing your guns out already. That's what I was asking, like, what's going on? I was just...
And not to mention you have...
just confused.
I know you weren't reaching, but not to mention you had a gun at your right leg. You get our perspective, though, on the safety issue for us as well? You get that?
Yeah, I do. And that's why I put my hands out and I was just asking, what?
And when you put your hands out, they were like this outside the window. How do we know nothing's in your hands? And I was telling you, stick your hands out, stick your hands out, stick your hands out. Then I was having you step out. You wouldn't do any of it. You following what I'm saying? Okay? So this can go one or two ways, okay? I don't want to hem you up. I'm going to be straight up with you. You're a good man. You've made lieutenant in the Army. How hard was that? That wasn't an easy task, was it?
No, it wasn't.
And what would this do to your career?
It would hurt it. And I'm in the middle of getting promoted right now anyway, so yeah.
To what, captain or first lieutenant?
To first lieutenant.
Okay. So and then when we get you out of the car, we have to wrestle with you on the ground just to get your hands behind your back, just to put you in cuffs, just for the safety matter. You following where we're at? I mean, what would you do if you came across that overseas, you know? If you were infantry and you came across that? You following me? You see where we're coming from? I'm trying to work with you as much as I can. I would have never wanted, like I said, it would have been a simple, you know, hey, I see your tag now, you know, make sure you get it displayed in the proper spot, and you'd have been moving on with your day, and I'd have been moving on with mine. But here we are.
How's your eyes doing, Lieutenant?
Better.
And I keep calling you Lieutenant. I told you I'm a veteran. I respect rank. Okay, I was a corporal in the Marine Corps. I respect rank. However, I do have a job to do. Okay, I just talked about Chief of Police. You asked for a superior. He's off, obviously, right now. It's Saturday. I called him. He came out, talked. Here's how that's what I was thinking. I told him what I wanted to do. He said, that's no problem. Two ways we can handle this. We can either sit here with you until you get your eyes back where you can see, and I mean at a good distance, you're safe to drive, okay? And you're going down the road. Go do your deployment. Go continue serving my country, which I respect and I thank you for, okay? Or we can push the issue, write you tickets for no license plate displayed, and for obstructive of justice. I don't think we need to go that route, because that route makes the Army get involved, and I know how they are. You don't know this. The Army, he'll vouch for it, because he's been in and he's got friends that are legal officers. I know. The military is the only place where the military is the only place where double jeopardy exists legally. Because whenever we do to him, the Army can turn around and jam him for the same thing. I don't want to see that happen. You're obviously a second lieutenant. You ain't been in very long. If you plan on making this a career, or even 6 years or whatever, it's up to you. I don't care. There's no need getting this on your record. I don't want it on your record. However, it's entirely up to you. If you want to fight it and argue, I mean, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, okay? I mean, you have that right as a citizen. If that's what you want, we'll charge you, have you go to court, notify the command, do all that, or we could take time out of our night, which is not a problem. We're being paid to take care of people, okay? We'll sit here with you, get your eyes back. You and, what's your dog's name? Smoke. Smoke? It's a badass name for a badass dog. You and Smoke can get on down the road, okay? It's entirely up to you. What do you want to do? I got no problem. I'll sit here with you till you get your eyes back and send you on down the road, okay? I don't want to charge you. I will. It's my job. I don't want to. The chief's giving me discretion on how to handle it. He's like, these are the two choices. I said, that's what I was thinking. That's what I want to do. He's like, not a problem. We can either let it go, help him out, get his eyes back, and get him on down the road so the Army doesn't get involved, or we can charge you, and then it's a big hassle for you. It doesn't change my life one way or the way, because, you see what I'm saying? It's not about me. This is about you, what you want to do. If you want to just chill, let this go, and no charges filed, we'll take the handcuffs off, we'll get you a bottle of water you can drink on, and sit here until you feel comfortable driving. All right? Mm-hmm. Or the other option is we write the summons, discharge you, by then we have no choice. We have to notify your command. And again, I don't have to be an ass. I don't have to be threatening. I say that because that's just the way it is. Okay? I've just talked to my boss. Those are the two choices that he gave me. Personally, as a veteran who served, okay, I did 6 years in the Corps. My wife's a retired sailor. She retired as a E8 out of the Navy. Okay? I don't want to see you get jammed up by the Army. Okay? I don't want to see it happen. If you need to spit, just let us know. Go ahead and spit. We've both been sprayed, so we know what it's like. It sucks. If you need to spit, go ahead and spit. You're not going to offend us. Okay. All right. What do you want to do, Lieutenant? I'll let you tell me, because
I mean, nobody's going to ask for charges, so I'm not going to ask for that.
I understand that. However, I have to make that option available to you, right? I mean, I have to. So here's what I want to do. Especially as calm as you've been since everything ended, I want to take the handcuffs off, let you sit here with Smoke. We'll sit here and wait with you. Let your eyes come back, okay? Because it takes anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes, depending on how much actually got in the eyeball itself before you can really see well how to drive, especially at night, okay? We'll sit here with you, and then we'll get you on down the road. And the command won't know nothing about it. All right?
I do have a good rapport with my command, so I wouldn't feel right not talking to them about it. So
well, that's entirely on you. I'll put it this way then for you. They're going to hear from you. They will not hear from us. I'll give you that much respect, okay? Because I understand. I told you, I was in for 6 years. It's always better for the command to hear it first from you than somebody else, especially the law enforcement. That's never a good thing. Go ahead and let help you. I want to talk to you a little bit. Okay. I get it, okay? I get the climate we're in right now. I get it, okay? The climate we're in, what the media is spewing with the race relations between minorities and law enforcement, I get it, okay? So like I told you, as far as you not stopping and because you weren't comfortable and you wanted a well-lit spot, Lieutenant, that happens all the time. It happens to me a lot. And it's I would say 80% of the time, not always, 80% of the time, it's a minority. And I totally get it.
All right, so he is, Lieutenant Nazario is going to sue for $1 million. A lot of it is punitive damages, false imprisonment, battery, assault, and I believe emotional distress. I don't know if he did negligent emotional distress. I would go as far as saying it was intentional emotional distress, IIED, based on the things that he was saying that he'd do. And then given the climate, as he said, given the climate, and then you make comments like that, given the climate. You, the officer, saying, given the climate that it is, you're nervous, but you make comments like, you're going to ride the lightning and you should be scared to get out of the car. But I want you to follow my commands to get out of the car. But you should be scared. You guys, hit the like button or dislike, whichever one. Comment and subscribe. I'd like to know your thoughts in regards to this, but this is very sad, and it's even more sad that we're just now hearing about it. It happened in December, but we're just now hearing about it. And I'm assuming we're hearing about it following the lawsuit. But they probably are going to say they want to be transparent about 5 months after us. The officer is fired now, but, you know, I'm pretty sure he's fired now that the lawsuit's taking place, not then. But tell me your thoughts. Thank you for listening to New Year Black Me.